I realized the actual reason for depression is human behavior. It is nothing else but a state of feeling loveless. My being felt that there was no love left anywhere. I looked upon people and I wished that somebody would do an act of kindness, that somebody would do an act of compassion, and it was nowhere. I used to cry for hours and hours and hours. My tears would dry, but my cries won't stop. It's kind of very difficult to understand what the hell is happening. What is making me cry? And there was no such pain at that particular moment in my life to feel that much. It took me 5 years of continuous treatment. There was a continuous therapy that my doctor did with me, because she sort of understood me and she said, you know what, I feel more than medicines, therapy will work wonders on you. And I did those therapies. It took me 3 to 4 years to have 5% interest in life. But for the rest of those, 3 or 4 years, can you imagine waking up every morning and not liking anything? And wanting to die, and wanting to finish your life, and wanting to feel burdened with that pain, that intense pain that you don't know how to handle, and you don't see light. You feel like you're stuck in this dark hole and you're just getting sucked by it day by day, more and more and more. It's like you're shouting. And I had depression and bipolar disorder together. So that was even worse. In bipolar disorder, now you can feel extremely happy in one moment and you can feel extremely sad in another. You can get violent, you can get very angry. Everything heightens. It's like being a vampire. I realized that every time I was going to a therapy, somehow my doctor was addressing issues that began from my childhood. The issues were not from now. The issues were of my childhood. Whatever I went through when I was 2 years old, 3 years old, 5 years old, 7 years old, there were certain things that stuck into my mind that made me the human being that I was. And that was the reason for all the pain that existed. The mental abuse, the physical abuse, the bullying, and all that a child goes through. The world doesn't realize what it does to a child. And the world includes all of us. I remember this thing, I had this great anger towards my father, which was subconscious, and I never realized it that it was so deep. I found out in one of my therapy sessions that I had this anger against him because I was 5 years old. My uncle was shouting at me and he probably was beating me also. And I looked at my father. I still remember that look. I just looked at him. That look of like, help me dad, why are you letting this happen to me? And in that moment, my father chose to actually support his brother and not his child. So that as a child just stuck in me. He was taking it so simple. For him it was nothing, but for me it was everything. When I grew up, we went through very bad time. We went through so bad time that we did not have food to eat. We were literally struggling to even get clothes for ourselves. And whatever clothes we would get, so we would literally buy. I remember buying a suit for $50, which was a second-hand suit, and we would feel privileged to be able to buy that also. And I come from a family which was extremely rich, so my childhood has been very, very, very posh and rich. A lot of people used to make fun of me, not in front of me, but behind me. And one day I heard it and it hit me so badly. But that comment stuck in me. That changed me as a person. I was mere 14 years old then. My life, my depression has taught me to accept pain as it is, not covering it up and not saying, hey, I'm fine, no, I'm okay, everything is fine with me. No, if there's something not fine with me, I am absolutely absolutely fine to go out and talk it out loud and say, hey, this is not happening. I don't like it, so stop it. Another thing that my depression has taught me is acceptance. I have learned to accept our dark side. Every human being is a combination of good and bad. We forget that we have bad also. We are equally capable of doing extremely bad things. We are doing extremely bad things in the world. Every time you keep neglecting, you're saying, no, this is not me, this is not me, this is not me. अरे मैंने तो किया नहीं है, मैं कैसे कर सकता हूँ ऐसा, मैं तो हो ही नहीं सकता ऐसा, मैं नहीं कर सकता. It will only make you do bad things, worse things in fact. The moment you accept it, it's just like you two are fighting, two people are fighting, okay? The other one is saying you did this, and the other one saying you did this, you did. And if you take a moment and if you hug the other person, suddenly you'll see the anger disappearing. You'll see that, oh, something happened, something great happened in that moment. The other person will fight it, but after some time, if you keep hugging it, it has to give up. The biggest fear that all of us have is death. I have faced death. I was dead for 4 hours probably, and I came back. I was standing on the 18th floor of my house in Malad, and I looked down, and I wanted to die obviously. So I looked down and I said, oh no, that's going to be a very bad death. I don't want to die like that. So I had a lot of pills, sleeping pills from my, I had postural spondylitis. So my doctor used to prescribe me a lot of sleeping pills because I could not sleep properly, and I was shooting day in and out, and I had to sleep. But at that time I was so strong that I did not want to get addicted to those sleeping pills. So I said, I'm not going to take sleeping pills. So I managed to sleep without sleeping pills. I had all those pills in my cupboard, and I just took them all together. It was like this much. Kissed my mother goodbye. She was praying, and I just looked at her and I said, I'm very sleepy, Mom. Just don't wake me up. And it was about 7 p.m. in the evening, and I had that and I went to sleep. When I woke up the next day at 6 a.m., I had all those things in my nose and everything, and I saw my hands tied up. And then the moment I woke up, I got these flashes. The flashes like somebody's picking me up. And I remember literally touching that very dark space. Just going there, like floating somewhere. And I remember somebody just poking in my nose and it dropping back. I had no recollection of anything else that happened. And then my brother told me that, you messaged me last night. And I said, about what? He said, you sent me this message. He showed me a message where I had written to him that, Bhai, my bank account is so and so. These are the details. Please take the money from here. Since I'm the eldest, I have a lot of responsibility, and I thought that they should know about these things. So in that state where I was totally gone, I don't know when I wrote that. My brother was in a wedding in town. He read it and he got afraid. He said, why is Didi writing all these things? So he called my mother. He tried to call me, but my phone was obviously off and I was gone. And my mother picked up and he asked my mom then, why is she not picking the phone? Where is Didi? She said she's sleeping. Then he got this thing and he's like, how long has she been sleeping? Because they've also been witness to what was happening to me, the whole depression and everything, and I was really, really angry with the world, and I had so much anger. I had no love within me for anybody, not even for myself. So all that was going on, and then they all came and probably did something. So I don't remember when I did all this. My whole point about Ab Dil Ki Sun is bringing awareness within. I want people to understand कि हमारी भी गलतियाँ हो सकती है यार. I think we need to introspect. I think हम हर बार दूसरों को blame नहीं कर सकते हैं. अगर किसी की नज़र मुझे बुरी लग रही है, हो सकता है मेरे दिमाग में वो बात है कि मुझे इतना ट्रेन किया गया है कि उसकी नज़र मुझे बुरी लग रही है. ये भी हो सकता है. So don't think कि हम बिल्कुल सही हैं हमेशा. Please अपनी कंडीशनिंग को भी डाउट करिए. उसको डाउट करेंगे तभी आप आगे बढ़ेंगे, तभी आप कुछ बेटर सीख पाएंगे लाइफ में. I'm grateful that I'm an artist. I actually got to live so many lives in one life. How many people get to do that? I'm not afraid, honestly. I'm not afraid of being in that dark zone again and again because, as I said, it is a part of me. I feel proud now. I can actually tap my back because I have accepted it and I have spoken about it out loud in public. Why? So that they can accept it too.